I'm Captain LeBron, Israelite school of the weekend, the commander GEN.YAHANNA, inviting all black American meeting out to the 5th annual prior weekend. Shalom, Israel. Come to the fire weekend, man, in Chicago. Midwest Fire Weekend, you know how we get down. July 21st to the 24th, we're going to be in Chicago. Step back from the flames, you got a lot more to lose, man.
Under the Midwest Loss, being set, captain for $13,000.
July 21st, we got 12 children of Ukraine with the scripture breakdown class, followed by Captain Zayawade and Captain Across the Line Radio.
You know what I'm saying? We got the Bantu Festival coming back. We got the election coming. We're going to kick off the election with Captain Ash, Captain Kadazak, and Zayawade. It's going to be called Fort Columbus Camp.
On the 24th of July, we're going to be doing the Black and Brown Unity Cookout. Shalom, Israel, to all my blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. From July 21st through the 24th, we're going to be holding the Midwest Fire Weekend. On July 21st, we hold a scripture breakdown with none other than 12 Shield General Muhammad from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., followed by Cross the Line Radio. On July 22nd, we're going to be having camp on the Magnificent Mile from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. And guess what? Commanding General Yahanna will be speaking at 3 p.m. We're going to be located at 401 North Michigan Avenue, Chicago, Illinois. After that, we're going to have the Before Columbus Came lecture from 6 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. located on 9909 Roosevelt Road, Suite 100. On July 23rd, you can catch us at the Bantu Festival from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. We're going to be located at 1130 Midway Place Park, Chicago, Illinois. And then last but not least, we're going to be having the Black and Brown Unity Cookout from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. located at Douglas Park, 1200 West 12th Place. For more information, call 708-299-5821. Again, 708-299-5821. Also, if you would like to help out and support this troop and brotherhood, go to the Midwest Fire Weekend Black and Brown GoFundMe account and make a generous donation.
I'm Captain LeBron, Israelite school of the weekend, the commander GEN.YAHANNA, inviting all black American meeting out to the 5th annual prior weekend. Shalom, Israel. Come to the fire weekend, man, in Chicago. Midwest Fire Weekend, you know how we get down. July 21st to the 24th, we're going to be in Chicago. Step back from the flames, you got a lot more to lose, man.
Under the Midwest Loss, being set, captain for $13,000.
July 21st, we got 12 children of Ukraine with the scripture breakdown class, followed by Captain Zayawade and Captain Across the Line Radio.
You know what I'm saying? We got the Bantu Festival coming back. We got the election coming. We're going to kick off the election with Captain I.S.U.P.K, Captain Kadazar, and Zayawade. It's going to be called For Columbus Campaign.
On the 24th of July, we're going to be doing the Black and Brown Unity Cookout. Shalom, Israel, to all my blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. From July 21st through the 24th, we're going to be holding the Midwest Fire Weekend. On July 21st, we hold a scripture breakdown with none other than 12 Shield General Muhammad from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., followed by Cross the Line Radio. On July 22nd, we're going to be having camp on the Magnificent Mile from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. And guess what? Commanding General Yahanna will be speaking at 3 p.m. We're going to be located at 401 North Michigan Avenue, Chicago, Illinois. After that, we're going to have the Before Columbus Came lecture from 6 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. located on 9909 Roosevelt Road, Suite 100. On July 23rd, you can catch us at the Bantu Festival from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. We're going to be located at 1130 Midway Place Park, Chicago, Illinois. And then last but not least, we're going to be having the Black and Brown Unity Cookout from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. located at Douglas Park, 1200 West 12th Place. For more information, call 708-299-5821. Again, 708-299-5821. Also, if you would like to help out and support this troop and brotherhood, go to the Midwest Fire Weekend Black and Brown GoFundMe account and make a generous donation.
So they didn't hear anything.
Shalom, shalom.
Type 1 if you can hear us, all right? Let me know when you see a 1 up there, all right?
We good now.
We should look at that. Get it on. Should I not? We should look at that. So anything? We good to go? Can everyone hear us? Can you hear me? Say something. Clap it up. Let's hear it, all right? Once again, the water commanding General Yahanna will be here very soon. We'll hold it down for him. In the meantime, we have General Mayab, General Hazayan, give him a hand. Officer Marah, Officer Yediah, right. Officer Zayawade, right. Officer I.B.K. We'll rock it out tonight. answer all of your questions, solve all of your problems, save all of your lives. We'll get it on tonight in the name of Yahawashi, Christ our King. Yediah, you're up with the stories.
Wakam. I'm just hurt and mad. Mother of unarmed black man killed by police denied wrongful death lawsuit because of qualified immunity.
After this, give me the story about Dwyanewade and his son, if I could, all right? After this one. This is another story of an unarmed black man being murdered by the police, who had no gun, who was no threat to the police department at all, but yet he was murdered. And so, of course, you juxtapose that view to what happened in Uvalde, Texas, where the police were terrified, scared to death, sitting outside of their school while a gunman was murdering babies for 1 hour. Only people that got any violence from the cops were the parents who were fought the cops to get inside the school. There were parents outside of that school in Texas, brother, who got maced by the police and tased by the police because they were fighting to get into the school to save their babies. The police maced them and tased them and held them down on the ground and handcuffed them. I don't know when it happened, Maya. If I could think about when it happened, it might have been from the beginning. But somewhere or other, Rock, the police stopped caring about protecting people and they only protect themselves.
Yep.
That's all they care about doing. And that is the justification for every murder of an unarmed black man.
Yeah.
What do they say? Well, I was in fear of my life. I thought he had a gun. And thinking he had a gun is enough cause to murder him. Yeah. Even without seeing the gun. Yeah. He moved. Yeah. He reached. He went in his pocket. Why? Because a cop is dead set on coming home to his wife at night. That's all he cares about. All he cares about is making sure that he survives this dangerous job. Here's the problem. The cops don't realize something that officers in the UPK do realize, Maya. You know what every officer in the UPK understands, Maya? It's our job to put our lives on the line for the people we serve. Every officer takes that responsibility, every priest in the UPK. Every brother that goes out on a street corner and speaks in the UPK, every last one of them is risking their lives so that someone else can get off of drugs, so that someone else can be delivered from a terrible home life of child molestation and child abuse. We risk our lives, but a cop doesn't risk his. A cop will murder you because he cannot take any chance that you might hurt him. And that's why he's killing you. That's why he killed that brother in that video. To this day, I still can't watch. When that brother who had a license to carry, Orlando Castile, I can't even watch. I hate even talking about it for the screams of that child on that video. That cop was terrified, was scared. And you know what he says every day when he goes into work? I'm coming home safe today. I'm making it home. I'm coming home to see my children. In the Israelite school of UPK, we risk our lives. We pray before camp. We say prayers. Am I wrong or not? Every camp, we pray, man. We pray that the God that sits in heaven will defend us and will protect us, because without him, we're not coming home after camp. We're not making it out of Times Square, New York, without God's help. We're not making it out of Chicago without God's help. We're not making it out of Hollywood Boulevard, out of Philadelphia without God's help, out of Texas without God's help. We're not coming home, man. Without him, we're dying that day. For his sake are we lambs to the slaughter. For his sake are we killed all day long. We do the jobs that a cop won't do. A cop murders you to protect himself. To protect himself.
If I could, General, you know, what you said kind of hit home, because, you know, I did that statement for a period of time. And I remember once I got into the truth, you know, you have your roll call, you get your equipment, you get your car, your squad car, right? And every day I made it a point to where I got my car, and the first 10 minutes I pull off to a parking lot somewhere away from everybody. I pulled my sword, and I had a certain set of scriptures I read every day before I hit them streets, and I read them every day faithfully. You know what I mean? Ask Lord to keep me safe, protect me, and also to not take the life of a brother or sister needlessly. That was my prayer to the Lord every day when I hit them streets. And one particular day, we had a cat that was robbing. They ended up catching him, chasing him. It went from a car pursuit to a foot pursuit to shots fired. And I remember going to the damn call, and I'm going down the street the wrong way. Man, I'm on Walden Street, from 45th to 44th. Anybody know Philly? You know what I'm talking about. I'm going the wrong way down the street, flying in the car. I get to the corner, hop out, and I'm amazed at some of the things I've seen in Texas, because I always say your training kicks in when situations happen. So I see the gunshots sparking in the alleyway like a cul-de-sac down there, and I see them, but my training kicked in. I ignored all that. I went right to the gunshots. I mean, like literally, right to the gunshots. And I get there, so they teach you something called cut the pie. I'm cutting the pie to come down there, and I go to hit my flashlight. My flashlight was dead. There was like no light. So I pulled back out of the way real quick, and I snatched somebody else's flashlight. I did it again faster than the first time, and the guy was loading his ammunition. He had two guns. He was reloading again, right? To start shooting again, right? But when I put the light on him, they saw him, they got him, and him getting locked up and everything. Now, mind you, when all this happened, all I could think about was training kicking in. Like, it wasn't even a care for my safety. It was training had kicked in. And two things happened to me I thought about. One was that I knew my flashlight was dead the whole shift. I knew it. I just didn't go replace the shit. I didn't want to go back in headquarters. I said, fuck it, I just riding around. Mm-hmm. And when I got done, I went sat in my car and I called you, sir. I was like, shit. I'm sitting in the car and shit. Now, after all the adrenaline's going, it's like, now, god damn. I'm like, shit, I almost shot that cat. Fuck. Jim, yeah, what's up, Hans? I said, you would never believe what the fuck this happened to me and something. And me and you talking, I'm like stressing on the phone. I'm talking a mile, I'm flying off with a mile a minute. He said, Hans, he said, listen, man. He said, real soon the Lord gonna take you off that job, brother. Don't worry about it. I can't wait for it, because you ain't fit for that job. The job ain't fit for you. You're a prophet of the Lord. And very soon I was going off that job. Not too long after that, I mean months. And I was gone. You know what I mean? And I remember the feeling of almost took this cat's life. You understand? Like, it was like close. With him it was close. And it was an unsettling feeling. But as I did that, it wasn't to care for my life. I didn't care about me. It was, this cat got to be stopped. He hurting people. You know what I mean? That was my goal. And I know, and I thank the Lord, because I was in a lot of dangerous situations on that job. But I know now, and as I was going to the job, I know the Lord that was keeping me safe, because I did a lot of dangerous things in that job. And it was the Most High who kept me safe. And I prayed all the time for him to keep me safe. And I can thank the Lord that I never left that job with no bloodshed on my hands. And that's the one thing, when I left, when I was going, and not having no bloodshed on my hands was the best thing on the earth for me. I could sleep at night knowing that I didn't needlessly take nobody's life. And they tell me, you go ahead and take the shot. Like, you bullshit with these cats out here, man. Come on, man. What you doing, XYZ? And I was like, nah, I didn't really. I would have to really get shot at before I took the shot. I'm just going to tell you straight from the get. They would have to just pull the trigger first, and then I would shoot back. But I wasn't going to take the shot first. But I had instances where I could have. And I hear these stories, and I see what's going on. And I think about what we do in the UPK and how we go on the streets and we teach and we put our lives on the line without fear, any kind of repercussion. And like you said, there's a distinct difference. Like, we doing this for our nation, to wake up our people. They doing it for, and they supposed to be for the people, right? But they doing it for themselves. And that's the difference. Like, we ain't doing it for ourselves. We're doing it for our nation, for our people. The ones who the Lord said, when you get in the truth now, now it's time to go wake up them people. You know what I mean? Take what you know, go out there head on head, you go out there like I said, Ezekiel. Like, that's our job. And I hear these things, I hear these stories, and I got my personal opinions on how I think they cowards and they could have did what they did.
I call them chumps. In my mind, I be saying all these things. I know what I would have done and what I was doing and what I have done in the past. But I also know what we're doing here, which is much more mightier, which is much more greater than what they're doing out there. And we do it selflessly.
Right.
You understand? Selflessly. You understand?
Yeah.
So I just wanted to bring that out. So that's all.
Give
So
my hand, don't sweat up. That's it. I mean, and that's why General Zayawade in here, because he's not a coward. Right? And cowards have filtered their way into the police departments.
Mm-hmm.
Cowards.
Mm-hmm.
Like somehow they have filled their ranks with cowards. And we've been saying this before the incident in Uvalde.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was 1 week before, Mayak. 1 week right here in this show with Commander General Yahanna, where we said that cops kill people who are unarmed. Okay. It was 1 week before it. What am I saying? It was a day before it. It was 1 day before it. And for those of you brothers and sisters that don't know, the Israelite School of UPK, when you see us out on your street corners teaching all around the world, we are unarmed. We don't carry guns. We don't have any weapons at all because our strength is not in weapons. Our strength isn't in guns at all. Our strength is in the Lord that sits in heaven, that protects the righteous when he's faced with evil men. God protects us, man. God protects us. We're the finest. We're the bravest. Us. Every priest you see in the UPK, he's braver than a cop. He is braver than a cop. He has more courage than a cop. He is unarmed, and he puts his life on the line for other people. Now you show me a cop that does that. We have another story right now. Besides the cops in Uvalde, is it Uvalde?
That's right.
In Uvalde, Texas, who wouldn't go in with babies? My God, how's they heard the gunfire? They heard at the press conference, they said one little boy, they needed to identify him by his shoes, by the red chucks he had on. They couldn't even identify the baby from gunshot wounds. Because that, and the cops are sitting outside hearing that. But guess what? This is a dangerous job. This is a dangerous job, and we have to protect ourselves. We have to make sure. Cops, let me tell you something. You don't know this because you're not under Commander General Yahanna. It is not your job to go home. That's not your job. It's your job to make sure other people go home. That's your job, cops. If you're in the UPK, it's not your job to go home. That is not your job. If you want to be home, you could just stay home, right? And not go to camp, right? If you want to ensure your safety, lay down your sword then.
Get a computer job.
Get a computer job. Lay down your sword, break your oath, and you'll live to a right old disgusting age, if that's what you want to do. Me, myself, I've chosen a different path.
Damn right, General.
I've chosen to risk my life. I count it to be nothing, to be something frivolous and something I could throw away for the sake of my nation. And that is what we learn to do in here. Cops, you don't learn that. Cops, you don't learn to risk your life. And that's why you're poor servants. And that's why the UPK, every officer in the UPK, you are excellent servants. You're the finest. You're the bravest, and give yourselves a hand.
Right. And General, that's how, like you brought out before, like we talked about, that's proof that the police lie when they say they murdered us because they feared, because they was afraid, they feared for their life. That proof that that's a lie is all the times when they really had reason to fear. When they really fear, they step down, they stand down, they back up. They murder us because they're not afraid. That's when they murder. They murder when they know you're unarmed. Oh, he's a scary looking dude, but he don't have a rifle, so let's kill him. You understand? But when they know you armed and they believe you got body armor and they really afraid and really got a reason to fear, they stand down and wait this out. Let's get some direction. Let's call the sergeant. Let's
sit there for 1 hour and let them kids get killed. And that's why, once again,
listening to the gunshots,
hearing it right outside the door, and tasing parents. Did y'all hear about that?
Yeah.
They tased the parents. Mr. Carr, you heard about it. What they say? They was trying to go in there and give them the microphone.
The parents was trying to go in there by
themselves to go in there after their own kids. But the cops was stopping them while the cops was going in there and getting their kids and tasing the parents that were trying to get their kids.
And from what I heard, one woman did get in and she heard the gunshot. She went and got her daughter and then heard the gunshots in one area and darted to another class to help save them because she knew the shots was over here. She was braver than the goddamn police listening to the babies being murdered. She went in there, saved hers, and then went to rescue the others that was away from the gunshots, man, while the police just stood outside and listened.
Listen, man, if you want to be brave, you got to come into the UPK.
Yep.
You're going to have to do it. You're going to have to do it. I mean, the cops get all of the movies are about cops. Well, they do make a lot of movies about us. I've seen that recently. Yeah. They do a lot of movies about the UPK. They give us no credit for it, but of course, that's you on the movie.
Yeah.
Right? But all the movies are about cops. Cops get all the accolades and all of the praise. And of course, all of the strippers love the police. I understand why you became a cop. But brave men coming to the One West stop. Brave men coming to the UPK. Brave men follow Commanding General Yahanna. Brave men are unarmed and risk their lives so that someone else can get off of drugs, so that someone else can survive. Come on, Marah.
If I could, sir, just to add on to what y'all was saying, sir, just another witness, another testimony. I do the Uber as a slavery. So cat came in, you know, and I forget what he does. He was like a travel agent, but he said his best friend is a police officer, like a chief police officer. And he said, I forgot how we got to the conversation, but he said, yeah, man, you know, he called me. He told me to watch where I go, you know, and that if I'm going to go into certain areas, call him before he goes. And I was like, well, why would he say that? He was like, because certain areas, they don't want to do anything because if they shoot somebody, they feel like they're going to go down for it. He said, so they just don't come. He said, so if you get robbed, nobody's coming. Then he said, in other areas, they say, oh, well, we outgunned in this neighborhood, so we're not coming, which is ridiculous. So it's like, if you're not outgunned, then you will go. But if you shoot somebody, you don't want to get pinned for the evil that you might do.
Well, and that's what happened after Greg, what's his name, George Floyd. The police just stopped coming to crime. They just stopped coming to crime in Baltimore. They just stopped coming. And then, of course, the people plead with the cops to come. The cops say, no, y'all don't appreciate us. Y'all trying to get us in trouble, so we're not coming. So now, right now, crime is rampant in America. You can walk into the Rite Aid and just walk out with everything. No one does anything, which now people are begging the police to come and enforce the law. This happens every 20 years. Every 20 years, I've seen it in my short time on this planet Earth. The police go beat the hell out of everybody. Then people get sick of getting their jaw broken. Then they tell the police to stop. The police stop. And then the police don't ever show up, don't ever come no matter what. Then people say, we need more police. Police, please come back. Then the police come back. And guess what they do when they come back? Who wants to blow my mind? Break every jaw of everybody that they see. All the time. And then guess what people say? This is too much. The police got us. Enough of this. Here's the truth of policing. I'm going to tell you this for the last goddamn time. Here's the truth. The only way the police can do their job is if the law does not apply to them. If you say, cops, you can kill who you want, rape who you want in the front seat of that cop car, kill who you want. The police will stomp out all crime in the black and Hispanic neighborhood. If they have free reign, and if you will not arrest them, if you will not investigate them, then they'll stop crime along with committing a great portion of crime. But if you try to ask a cop, well, listen, cop, could you stop crime but just not commit any also? The cop says, you bastard, you unappreciative. You don't appreciate my police force. You hate the police. You defund the police. You don't believe in the policing, and I'm not coming. And then you're going to beg the cops to come because they're stealing everything in your neighborhood. Me, myself, I've chose to follow Command and General Yahanna.
Damn right.
And I'm out of that.
Damn right.
I'm out of telling the police to come and telling them to stay away.
Yep.
I just get out of it. People in the world do whatever they're going to do. That's it. Me, myself, I serve God.
Yes, sir.
I know that God looks down from heaven and he will protect the meek. He'll protect those of us who don't get protection from cops.
Yep. Right.
He'll protect us. He'll protect us who don't have anything but one another.
That's right,
And
gentlemen.
what I've found, brother, is that protection works. Ooh-wee. It works something good. It works in the courthouse, the police house, and the hospital.
Yeah.
Now, y'all, it works. It works everywhere.
Mhm.
That protection, Mirage. You had your hand up.
Oh, Salakis, if I may, what you said, it jogged my memory to what he said. The way he described what you just said, the cops being able to be criminals. He said, yeah, he said he was quoting his friend. He said, yeah, because we're gonna do what we're gonna do. And if somebody get pinned up, then So basically, like, if I ain't got the freedom to be the criminal I want to be, I'm not coming.
They're not coming. That's the key. Like if you just leave them alone, don't investigate them, don't ask them questions, but just thank them for being there. They'll stop crime. And they're going to beat you in the mouth when you're sitting on your step too. Mm-hmm. When you dare to sit on your front step, you're getting your jaw broken. Now you got to take that jaw broken. You got to take it, and you got to say, "This is the price of safety. The price of a safe community is innocent people getting beat." You got to, like what they say, Maya, you got to break a few eggs to make an omelet, right? Yeah. So some brothers might have to get their ass whipped. Some people just sitting on their step. Some Mexicans who are just driving are going to have to get beat to death. Oops. We're trying to keep the community safe. Now, if you can take that, you can have clean streets and no crime at all. You die.
If I may, sir. Some of us just got to, take that firebomb because we don't want to pay that PICO bill.
Break that down. Come on. You had something you want to say about it?
Oh, if I may, sir. Recently, we had the anniversary of the MOVE movement in 1985, where they dropped firebombs on our black men, women, Latino men, women, and babies up in Osage Avenue in West Philadelphia. Mm-hmm. And no repercussions came to the oppressor and the police force for that.
No, none at all, because police will not be policed. Well, once again, you can't do anything about that. That's people in the world. That's them. But you can change your own conduct. Mm-hmm. You can change yourself. You can correct yourself. And what I find is that's real change that actually affects change. Mm-hmm. You die. Please, now give me Dwyanewade.
Colonel Khan. Dwyanewade reveals fear about trans daughter Zaya's safety.
Now here we go. Now show me Dwyanewade's transgender daughter. Transgender daughter means it's a boy, but a boy living as a girl. And put the picture up and then tell me what Dwyanewade said about his transgender daughter. Go ahead.
Colonel Khan. Dwyanewade shared his fears on his transgender daughter Zaya's safety in a world that often proves fatal for the trans community.
Dwyanewade is afraid. Things like this just make my head explode. Dwyanewade is afraid because he has a transgender daughter. He's afraid when his transgender daughter goes out the house, his transgender daughter might die because he lives in a world where transgenders are under attack. What if Dwyanewade's transgender daughter accepted who he is? What if he loved himself? What if he loved himself just for who he is? Then what would he be, Yediah? He'd be a what? A black boy. Mm-hmm. What in the hell is getting killed more than black boys? Yep. Are you telling me that you're afraid of your transgender daughter getting killed, but you wouldn't be afraid of your black son getting killed? How many transgenders have the cops killed? I'll let you Google that for a second. I'll pause. Give him a second. Just give me the numbers on the transgender. I'm sure it has to be 100 at least. No, I'm sure it has to be 10. I'm sure it has to be 1. Right? Can you find one transgender that was shot by the cops? Is that why they killed Trayvon Martin? Because he was switching? Because he had lipstick on? Huh? Can anyone find any transgenders killed by the police? I'm gonna pause for a second. I think that's enough time. I believe there's none, Haas. I believe there's none at all. Absolutely none. We're doing a story now about another black boy being killed, and it's not even on the news. No one even cares. Marah?
I only found one, and that was it.
When was it?
2 years ago.
Okay. 1 in 2 years. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I'll take that. If you have a transgender gay son who's a girl on the outside, he is far safer than what that boy was born as. He's safer. He's safer. If you have a transgender Mexican or Hispanic daughter, she is far safer than what that brother was born as. He's safer. Or she's safer. Come on.
If I may.
Come on.
The water to your die in the Most High. Can I show you what this boy was born as?
Let's see it.
Baba Shaw. It's him right here, sir.
Yeah. Let me tell you something, Dwyanewade. That is who is going to get killed.
Yeah.
Him. That boy in that hoodie is going to get killed. How do I know it? Because that's what Trayvon Martin looked like when he got killed. He didn't have lipstick or high heels or a purse. He got killed because he was a black boy. Black boys, Hispanic boys. That's who the police harass. That's who they pull over in cars. And that's who our oppressor murders. Not transgenders, but black boys. Maybe some black boys are so terrified of being black boys that they decide to be something else. Maybe they see it's a little safer to be something else.
Yeah.
More accepted to be something else. Marah.
If I may, sir, maybe the dad is so scared that he wants him not to be a boy.
Yeah,
if I could.
His father posed for this picture on Ebony magazine, which is a historic. I didn't know they even still made Ebony. Do they still make that Jet magazine with that centerfold? You know what I'm talking about, my y'all.
I know
y'all know.
They don't know.
Y'all, these men know a bit. Ooh-wee. Someone sent me a couple of those. But listen, Ebony magazine was another prominent magazine back in the day. And Dwyanewade is posing on Ebony magazine because Trayvon Martin got murdered. And he's posing with 2 of his sons who could be murdered because they look like Trayvon Martin. Because they dress like Trayvon Martin. Not anymore. Right? His son doesn't dress like Trayvon Martin anymore. Right? Not anymore. Now his son dresses in Fashion Nova. Now, I hear you, Ark. I hear you. I mean, maybe that terrified you to have the one thing on this earth that's the most hunted thing on this planet, a black and Hispanic man. I get you. However, our sons value their manhood just a little more than that.
Damn right.
Our sons are willing to die.
Damn right.
For manhood.
Damn right.
For their manhood.
Damn right.
Your son is safe, Dwyanewade. Relax, Ark. Your son is a transgender gay. He's fabulous.
Yep.
Relax. He's fine. He'll be fine. Show me the tall one. Dr. J. Magic Johnson's son. Show me him. He's fine now. He's not in any danger. He's okay. He's out in front of the Palm restaurant in high heels. He's an 8-foot tall homosexual. You got to climb a ladder to be gay with him. That was a good one. I thought of that just now. Come on, huh?
That's off the top.
You got to climb a ladder to his ass. How do you even work it? Come on, man. We gotta move on. Okay, he's safe, huh? He's even safe from the gays because you got to climb the ladder.
Criminals don't always turn ladder.
Unless you have a ladder with you all the time. Most of them don't have a ladder with them all the time. He's safe, but your son is not. Your son is not safe, huh? Because your son looks like Trayvon Martin. Your son looks like Trayvon Martin. Your son looks like an illegal, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Right, Zayawade? Your son looks like an illegal. He looks like he doesn't have his papers. So your son is not safe. Transgenders, you're fabulous and wonderful, and you're going to be fine. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Anything else? Go ahead.
If I may, so I just wanted to bring out, if I could, sir, like Dwyanewade, he was so scared that he pushed that on his son. If you remember, they said he chose to be a girl at 3 years old. Like, come on, man. Like 3 years old. That was Dwyanewade pushing that on his son because he was terrified.
I hope that's something else we can get rid of, right? Because you know what I'm watching now every day on the news is people say that 18 years old is too young to have a gun. Have you heard that recently?
Mm-hmm.
Because the man, I don't know what he was, the cat who shot up those babies in Uvalde, Texas, he was 18 years old. You know what they say? 18 years old is too young to have a gun. Well, is 3 years old enough to decide you don't want to be the sex you're born as?
Ain't that something?
You telling me that when you're 5, you can change, you can decide your own sex, but 18, you can't have a gun? I don't understand it then. I don't quite get it. If 18 is too young to have a gun, then isn't 5 too young to change your sex? Maybe the problem with life is that you let politicians decide your morality. Right. And politics and morality are two separate things. The Constitution has nothing to do with morality. Nothing. Right? The laws of the land are not about morality at all. They're about the Constitution and individual rights. That's what they're about. Morality is something different, Ak. That's different. And that's something that you could only learn in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yahanna. That's morality. That's different than, what the laws say in the land. The laws say you got to be 21 to drink alcohol, 18 to kill in the white man's military, and 3 years old to decide what gender you are. I believe that's right? Come on.
You're so right, because they talk that by 18, but 18 you can go in the military. 18, 19, you go in the military, learn how to kill. I did.
But you can't have a beer.
Yeah, I'm not going to have a beer.
You can't drink?
Listen, my pops said, I'm going to give you a beer, man. You done went to the military. I came over boot camp. Yeah, you're a man now. I was like 19, 20.
You can't have a beer.
But I can have a beer. He gave me a beer in the house. We can't go out and have a drink, and I'm still too young. But I can go learn how to kill all kind of ways.
Right.
Yeah. You understand? Like, it's crazy.
You could have your penis cut off at 5.
Ain't that something?
At 5 years old, you can tell your parents, I'm deciding to be a girl, and have gender reassignment at 5. Don't try to make sense of this. It makes no sense.
No, don't, General.
It's about the Constitution and rules and politics and things that really don't make any sense. But morality always makes sense. Morals make sense. Morals make sense. Parenting makes sense. Kindness, generosity, that makes sense. Bravery, courage, hospitality, those things make sense. This does not.
Nope.
You die. Let me see that one more time.
Oh, I had to turn my head, General.
That's a rough one, now. That's a rough one. Make it bigger, unless everyone sees it bigger, and we just not seeing it bigger. Jesus Christ.
And then you got the one, they made him into a cartoon. He's some old cartoon character on the Proud Family with the hair hanging like I guess little dreads, but they pink at the tip. You know what I'm saying?
And he's a cartoon. He's safe. He's not having a problem.
Right.
What danger is he at? in danger of what? Tripping and falling on 12-inch goddamn heels. That's about the only danger he's in. He's in no other danger. But if you look like Trayvon Martin, you're in danger. If you look like an illegal, you're in danger. All right, next story. Come on. You die. You can find it. You want to pull the Proud family up, you can. I'll take whatever else you got. You die.
A woman at the center of trouble's brutal murder breaks her silence.
Okay, this I need a breakdown on because I don't know anything about this. I know I heard that there was some rapper who got killed in some type of love triangle. Yedaya, break it down.
Conor McCon, the rapper Trouble, he was murdered by another
Was
brother.
he famous before he got killed?
Conor McCon, sir.
Okay. What song did he make?
I didn't really listen to the brother. Sir.
No sweat. Go ahead.
Conor McCon. But he got into it with his other brother who killed him because he was messing around with his woman.
I got you. And so then the brother killed Trouble because Trouble was sleeping with his wife.
Conor McCon.
Okay, and it was a big story because Trouble is famous. Is there any more to the story?
Conor McCon, sir.
Go ahead.
Conor McCon. It says the murder of Atlanta rapper Trouble sent shockwaves throughout the hip-hop community and beyond. The 35-year-old artist was asleep in a woman's bed when her ex-boyfriend broke into her apartment and shot him in the chest, killing him.
Yikes. Go ahead.
Conor McCon, sir. Says Trouble was shot and killed on Sunday, June 5th around 3 a.m. And it says the CBS obtained the arrest warrant for 33-year-old Jamichael Jones, the woman's former live-in boyfriend, and the man police say is responsible for his murder.
And this is a big thing in the Black and Hispanic community, this cat getting killed. Is there any more you wanted to bring out about it?
Oh, Salak.
Go ahead. Okay, so this is a rapper that got killed. These things happen all the time, of course. I don't think we did that story about that other rapper, the Water Warrior. That rapper getting charged with a RICO case. Did we ever do that one?
Young Thug. Yeah. We didn't do it.
Okay, that's another story. We'll break that down if I could.
Before we go to Young Thug, can I bring something out about this here? Mm-hmm. This is the key. Like, y'all got to understand why the UPK is the way we are. And while we uphold the rules and the regulations of the Lord and the thing that was handed down from the seven heads of command, GEN.YAHANNA down to us now. If you decide to go have sex with somebody, y'all together forever. Ain't no getting out of that, man. Because a woman may feel like she done fell out of love or XYZ. She think now she can go do what she want to do. And that brother, out of foolishness, think he can go do what he want to do with her, knowing she was just with somebody else. The Lord gave us certain rules, and he told you, if you break these rules, there are consequences for that, man. You understand? Very hard and harsh consequences. Now, give me Proverbs, the 6th chapter. Because a lot of you so-called Christian Israelites teach the same thing the Christians teach. That if you ain't unequally yoked, you can go ahead and leave your husband. Y'all teach that. Chase and tell. You understand? Chase and tell. The Lord done gave you and warned you about this here, man. About that chase and tell. And you take to somebody else and say, that ain't yours. That ain't hers. She belongs to that man she's having sex with, period. And the Lord said there's a repercussion. I remember one time I was working at that old slave I had, and I went to learn how to fingerprint, right, a crime scene, right? I got certified on doing that, right? Mm-hmm. And it was a crime scene where this cat, this cat must have been Spider-Man. He climbed up a wall that was like a solid wall. He climbed all the way up to the ex-girlfriend's window. Climbed through the window, caught her and a new boyfriend in the bed, and killed both of them with a knife. And when I say that scene looked like a Freddy Krueger, Jason, Michael Voorhees all put together, it was so much blood. He caught her in the bed, got her chopped up. The boy was trying to crawl down the hall because he had got him a couple of times. Mm-hmm. Caught him in a hallway, and it was horrendous. I mean, it was terrible. And it's still sticking in my head, that image of all that blood from that gory killing. Like, the Lord don't play, man. You understand? The Lord don't play. And here we teach, if your woman horn you, walk away. Don't take her back. Don't take her back. Walk away from her, man. Let the Lord deal with them too. But you in the world, it's going to happen. You got that scripture I'll call for, brother? Read. Proverbs 6, start at verse 32.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 6 and verse 32. But whosoever committeth adultery with
y'all know what adultery is? That's when a man sleeps with a woman that has a man. That's adultery. Now, if she ain't had nobody, even though he might have had somebody, that's not adultery. But adultery is when a man sleeps with a woman that has a husband. Go ahead.
But whoso committeth adultery with a woman lacketh understanding.
Mm-hmm.
He that doeth it destroyeth his own soul.
Keep on going.
A wound and dishonor shall he get, and his reproach shall not be wiped away.
Go ahead.
Verse 34. For jealousy is the rage of a man.
You see that, man? Jealousy. These cats get jealous over their women, man. You know what I mean? That's them. That's a part of them. And they feel some kind of way about that. You see it all the time. He thought because he was some so-called rapper that rap about being tough and all this kind of stuff, he was absolute from that. No, homie. That cat didn't care about none of that. The jealousy, man, started eating up inside of him. Go ahead.
He will not spare in the day of vengeance.
And when that jealousy got in, that rage got in him, he came in there and killed her and killed him. That rage consumed him, man. The Lord said it would happen, and it did happen. Keep on reading.
Verse 35. He will not regard any ransom, neither will he rest content, though thou givest many gifts.
Damn right. You can't pay your way out of that. He ain't trying to hear that, man. All he knows is that you laying right to his woman. That's all that matters. You understand? So now he didn't act it on him. Y'all better learn how to change our lives, man. And this is one problem. I was talking to a brother today about this here, man. Y'all brothers better learn how to tell a woman no. Like, what's wrong with y'all, man? You can't turn down a woman and tell her, no, I can't deal with you because of X, Y, Z. Like, what's wrong with y'all? Y'all that weak? You can't tell a sister no? Learn how to turn something down all the time. Stop taking it because she's smiling in your face and complimenting you all the damn time. You act like a silly woman. Learn how to say no sometimes to these sisters, man. Knowing what they're going through. Reject them sometimes. It just might save your life and hers.
Damn right. Have some discipline for that ride. Give Hans a hand. Have some discipline for that ride, man. Control it. Don't let him control you because he will get you 6 feet under the ground. Because now you got one brother dead, one brother going to jail, and she going to be blowing a new ride today, yesterday. She's going to be blowing a whole new ride. You understand? It's like without laws, and once again, the I.S.U.P.K, without these laws that the Lord give us, like Gen.YAHANNA brought out earlier also, we have no morality. We don't look at our brother with value, and you go sleep with his woman, man. Proverbs 5th chapter 2, how it's going to the strange woman, man. Said her lips, the lips of a strange woman drop as honeycomb, man. You know what I'm saying? And her mouth is smoother than oil. Don't listen to them sweet words in that pretty mouth. She ain't your pretty mouth.
Damn right, sir.
She don't belong to you. You understand? Scriptures say, remove thy way far from her and come not nigh unto her door. Come not nigh the door of her house in Proverbs 5 and 8. You understand? Because you're going to end up dead. You understand? It'll drive a brother that, with no discipline and don't know any better. He love his woman and he want blood, man. When you touch his woman, rightfully so. Yeah. You understand? Yeah. And I thank the Lord for Commander Gen.YAHANNA to teach us and train us. You understand? If those things happen, let the streets have that whore, man.
Damn right.
Walk away and let them have her, man. The Lord say, if she go out on you to another man, you ain't even allowed to take her back, man.
That's right.
Let that whore go. You understand?
So listen. Yes, sir. Come on.
Let me tell you, if I could back up the generals on what they're saying, man. Solomon said this. Solomon said, I have applied my heart to know and to understand the reason for wisdom and of folly, the reason thereof for madness and foolishness. And for my time in working under command in Gen.YAHANNA and trying to understand the reason for things, the reason for black on black crime, the reason for black on Hispanic and Hispanic on black crime, The reason for hatred in our community. So many times I counsel brothers who come from Chicago, where they have the vice lords and the gangster disciples and the black disciples. And so many times they're looking for a solution. Farrakhan used to try to do that back in the 90s. Find a solution to the Crips and the Bloods out in Los Angeles. Find a solution to the many Mexican gangs, to the Norteños and the Serranos fighting out there in Los Angeles, and to all of the violence in Haiti. And you might rack your brain trying to understand how you can understand these things to stop these things. Well, I have applied myself to understand them as well under Commanding General Yahanna. And this is what I have found. It does not matter whether you have the Norteños, the Serranos, the Crips, the Bloods, the Vice Lords, the Gangster Disciples. It doesn't matter whether they're from the east side, west side, north side, light skin, dark skin, right? West Coast, East Coast. You cannot stop violence without fighting brothers who violate one another. Disrespecting each other is the root to all violence. It's where it all comes from. And people and white people who try to understand it like gangster disciple, black disciple. But let me tell you what it really is. He slept with your girl. Let me make it more simple. All y'all fighting over a bitch. You heard that before, right? Yeah. All this over a bitch. All this over a bitch. Well, let me translate all this over a bitch for you. That was his woman. And you violated him. You disrespected him. And now that insult has aggrieved him to the point that to get his honor back, he has to do violence. You stole from him. That was his car. Those were his sneakers. Those were his shoes. That was his necklace that you snatched. That's his neighborhood. And you're selling drugs at his neighborhood. We violate one another. And because we violate each other, we can't have peace. And the news and the police and the FBI will sum it up to gang violence. Yep. They'll sum it up to black and Hispanic violence. What it is actually about is violating one another. We cannot do that to one another. We can't harm each other and expect to have peace. And so many of you out there listening think you love black men. Oh, you power to the people, aren't you? Uhuru, Umoja, pyramids. What's that mess that Zayawade be cutting them cats with? Nepotetter. Nepteti. Well, if when you meet that girl and she says she has a boyfriend, if you continue to talk to her, you don't love black men. You don't love Hispanic men. A lot of you Judites love to go into a Hispanic neighborhood and have sex with some Hispanic girl without talking to Tio first. You better talk to him. So then Tio is upset with you. He's angry because you came and had sex with these. You love to have sex with Hispanic women, but you don't want to talk to Tio. You don't want to get him a beer or get him a bottle of liquor or anything. You don't want to pay him the respect to come over to him and give him some honor before you go and date some Hispanic girl who you're going to F and throw away anyway. Now, Tio might have a problem with you. And then now blacks and Hispanics can't come together. Yep. And they'll call it blacks and Hispanics fighting each other in Chicago. They'll call it, and like in California, they'll say the blacks and Hispanics in California hate each other. It's gang violence. It's one brother who knew he was disrespected by another. Yep. That's it. And if we could respect one another, be kind to each other, care about one another, you would end gang violence. You would end crime among the tribes. You would have brotherhood reign on the streets without trying to destroy all the gangs and destroy all of society that has built up gang culture and has built up hatred. I'm not sleeping with another man's woman.
That's right, sir.
That's it. Sister, do you have a man? Yes. All right. Then I'm not calling you anymore. I'm not messaging you on Facebook. Yep. Why? Because I love your husband more than I want you.
That's right.
Because I care about that brother you're with more than I want you. And the minute you do that, you're going to see the 12 tribes of Israel come together as one in the hand of God. You're going to see that happen simply because we decide we will not violate one another. What did Christ say? The whole law rests on this. Love thy brother as thyself, and love the Lord thy God with all thy heart and all thy mind. You don't have to have crime. You don't like gangs. I get you. You hate gangs, but you still don't believe that a woman should not have sex with another man if she has a man. How many of you are disrespecting your woman's baby's father? You better think about that. How many of you out there right now, oh, you love black men, Emoja, Uhutu, Net and Tedder. But you have a woman and she has a baby's father. And you know what you do every day? That nigga don't even come see his kids. He ain't even around. I'm the real daddy of the kids. I'm the real father. And then what is he going to do? What do you think he's doing? So then when your kid says, hey, daddy, I'm over here talking to daddy Mahiaman. I'm over here with my real daddy Mahiaman. What do you think he goes? Okay. He might have a little dignity like you.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe he has balls. Maybe you're not the only one with balls. Maybe your woman's baby's father also has feelings that get hurt. Honor that gets offended. And then he's going to want to kill you. And you know what the news will say? East side against west side.
Yep.
Right? Dying over a bitch. Dying over a girl. When really that death is because we don't keep the law for one another.
Yeah.
We violate one another.
Yeah.
And that's what happened in this story. And this is the reason for so many things, Ak.
Yeah.
So many things that you think are giant socio-political issues. Gang violence and this and that. It's about this. It's about neighborhoods, people stealing, snatching a chain, stealing a jacket, sleeping with someone's woman, things that you don't have to do if you decide that you could love one another more than you do your own lust.
Yep.
Salaki Yadai. Go ahead. Brother, tell you why y'all was shot.
You gonna say something, Dad?
If I may, General, what you bringing out is just so heavy. That transitions into another story. You know what I mean? If you don't mind transitioning to, you know, Loriharvey and Michaelbjordan.
Jesus.
You know, she ended up, you know what I mean, breaking up with him. He broke up with her because he asked her to marry him. And she said, well, I can't get married right now. She, you know what I mean? She's still young. You know, her mother and every dumb and stupid sister out there, you know what I mean, encouraging that behavior. You know what I mean? And Steve Harvey. Now the brother is walking around hurt and realizing he chose this sister. He chose this whore that was with P. Diddy and P. Diddy's son. That was
God damn, what?
Connor Khan.
The father and the son?
She was with the father and the son.
Who's the son name?
Diddy's young oldest son.
Little Diddy?
Khan. Sean Combs Diddy.
Hold on,
She's with the son.
Itty bitty Diddy?
She was with the son.
She had sex with P. Diddy and itty bitty Diddy.
She was with the son first. Then got with P. Diddy. Then got with Future. She got with another brother. And then Michael B. Jordan got. And then Michael B. Jordan got with him. And guess what she went at? Who? She messing with Jackharlow.
Oh, the devil.
Oh,
messing with who?
Jackharlow.
Who the hell is Jackharlow? I gotta start watching TV more often.
And listen, you brothers, you man. Okay, y'all. The first time you able to turn down some meat for the brotherhood, you gonna have a feeling in you that you ain't going. It's gonna be unbelievable. Nothing you never felt. I remember my first time. It was. I realized that the Lord had done something with me. The first time I met this bad joint from community college, you know, and right before I found the truth, then found the truth, did my time, and when I found the truth, I forgot about everything. I was just committed. I'm gonna find out what this is about and who I am. So once I came out of that fog, you know what I'm saying, I had reconnected with this sister, man. And she said, oh, how you been? I miss you. Oh, this and that and this. And I said, what you been up to? What's going on? She said, oh, well, I'm with this guy, but I'm sick of him. He be grabbing my arm and listen, that, and grabbing my arm. I said, oh, Okay, all right. My bad. I'm just saying how you doing. Good to hear from you, though. I'm gonna go. She said, "What you gonna hang up?" I said, "I gotta go." She said, "What? We can't still be friends? We can be friends. I'm about to get rid of him. I got to go." I banged on her. Lost the number. Satan came with me months later. Where that number at? You going to the trash. Maybe she laughing by now, but boy, I felt like a man to turn this bad show down. You know what I'm saying?
Damn right. Mariah first. Go ahead.
If I could, sir, what's so funny how sisters be nowadays? They got a term for all that. They just say, "Oh, it's complicated." You actually got a man. "Oh, it's complicated."
That's old, brother.
That's old term. You're dying.
That's to say, if I could, with you bringing out so heavy on some Rod Joe by Yak, I was in a situation a couple months ago. Sister told me, "Well, you know, it's complicated, you die." I said, "What you mean it's complicated?" I'm like, "You with a brother?" "Well, you got to stay with that brother." I'm walking away. She grabbed my arm, like, "We can't be friends. We can't go out on a date." And I remember a general in this room saying, "I'm going to catch one of y'all brothers out there."
Oh, yeah.
And if I could, I want to let y'all brothers know something too, right? Women know what they're doing from the gate. And they don't, when they try to do that, they mean they don't really respect you.
Yeah.
But they ain't got, they think of you as nothing when they do that. And you fall for it. And they try it with you because they think they can get over on you. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you got to have a little bit more morals, a little bit more dignity about yourself, man. You understand what I'm saying? Learn how to tell them no. You know what I mean? Getting them draws ain't everything in life all the time. You understand? You got to, and let me tell you, if you get the wrong, Gen.YAHANNA say it all the time in class. You get the wrong one in your life, woo, 2 o'clock in the morning. It's like I said, the cops here.
Oh, yeah.
The cops here at the house. Yeah, she tried to hit me. I had to push her off of me. She got a cut and scratch. They trying to take me to jail.
Yeah.
Or so-and-so done got locked up fighting with his woman. We got to get him bailed out. That's going to be your life. Or child support for the next 18 years. Because you decided to choose the wrong one and being led by the wrong part of your body, man. Yeah. Learn how to have some discipline, man. You know what I mean? Learn how to have some gumption about yourself. Learn how to turn some things down. Focus on what you got to do for the Lord. The Lord will send you a right sister in due time. You know what I mean? But take your time with these women out here, man. They will destroy you and destroy everything about you. And they're not going to care. They ain't going to give 2 cents about you. You know what I mean? And on to the next one, like JD said in the song. On to the next one.
And if I could, I was at Michaelbjordan. I remember him from other stories we've done.
Yeah.
Where he was just constantly having sex with white women.
Yeah.
All the time. So he's a sinner himself.
Yep.
And of course, a wicked woman is the reward for a wicked man.
Come on.
So if you're an evil person, a lot of you out there, you know, you think you're in a bad relationship, like I'm sure Michaelbjordan has, that, you know, he don't know how he got involved with this woman. Now she's broken his heart. Let me tell you something that you won't tell yourself. A lot of you, you're with that woman because you're just like her. That's why. Because a wicked woman is the reward for a wicked man. Yeah. You saw something in each other. It's like magnetic force. You know what you saw in her? You. Michaelbjordan was constantly with white women. We did stories about him in here.
Yeah.
I remember. And now he told you he chose a black woman who left him for a white man. You saw you in her. That's what attracted you. And a lot of you out there listening, that happened to you. This evil person who's so evil, you wonder how you got with them. You were attracted to them because you saw yourself in them. Now that's some of you. Well, Michaelbjordan, if he was to come into the truth, he would realize that a woman like this leaving you can be a pivotal changing point in your life. Your life can change after an event like this. I mean, you think about the terrible things that could have happened to him from having sex with a whore. He could have gotten AIDS because the sister has been with everybody that I hear on the radio. Every voice on my radio, she's had sex with. All of them. Her mouth is like a baby bird, Mayak. Shalom. I think you can visualize that. That's her, a baby bird. Visualize that for a second. That's her.
And what Gen.YAHANNA is saying is so heavy. Y'all better realize what the Lord said what Gen.YAHANNA said. Like, you better understand that we the prophets of the Most High power in this room here. The Lord said that, man. Give me Proverbs the 7th chapter real fast. The Lord said what he just said right there about age or getting a disease from a woman like that there, man. You understand? Go to start at 7:21 real fast. Because the Lord said these things to him. You better realize what's being told to you, man. And learn how to have some damn discipline, man. And be careful when you're trying to choose a woman and be in your life. Read, brother.
Khan, sir. Proverbs chapter 7 and verse 21. With her much fair speech, she caused him to yield. With the flattering of her lips, she forced him.
That's how it always starts. That's how it starts right there. Those words. You let her kiss on you. Go ahead.
Khan, verse 22. He goeth after her straightway, as an ox go up to the slaughter, or as a fool to the correction of the stock.
He ain't thinking about nothing else but him getting something. Like a dumb ox. Like the Lord comparing you to a dumb ox. Let that resonate inside of you. You think you smart, think you know every goddamn thing. The Lord just called you a dumb ox. Go ahead.
Khan, verse 23. Till a dart strike through his liver, as a bird hasteth to the snare, and knoweth not that it is for his life.
What does it mean when that dart strike that liver? That's the disease that runs through your body you get from messing with a whore. So when Gen.YAHANNA said it is right, man, it's biblical, man. That dart is that HIV, that AIDS, that you get from all them other ones that you get out here from these women out here, man. That now strike you and to get you, man. Not knowing it's meant to kill you.
It's called bile and it's blood poisoning.
Come.
Right? And you go septic. The minute that liver gets pierced, now you got blood poisoning and bile is in your bloodstream and you're dead. Go ahead. Any more?
Yes, sir. Keep on reading, brother.
Khan, verse 24. Hearken unto me now, therefore, O ye children, and attend to the words of my mouth. Let not heart decline to her ways. Go not astray in her path.
Don't let your heart decline into her, man. Don't give in to her, man, because she look a certain way. Learn how to turn a bad John down. Tell that bad mother no. Nah, I'm good. You take care, sis. I'm good. I'm out. Keep on reading.
For she have cast down many wounded.
She had did what?
For she have cast down many wounded.
P. Diddy, Little Diddy, Future, all them cats. Go ahead.
Khan. Yea, many strong men have been slain by her.
Go ahead.
Her house is the way to hell.
Go ahead.
And go into the chambers of death.
That's your future, man. That's your future. You young brothers better take your time and choose wisely, man. And ain't nothing wrong with being without a woman for a period of time. Ain't nothing wrong with it, man. Clear your head. Get your mind right. The Lord sent you somebody real good, but don't go chasing getting the wrong one. Don't get led because you think she want to give you some tail. Boy, you going to be, this scripture going to be you.
I bet you Trouble wish he heard that.
Come.
Or Trouble, or the cat who killed Trouble.
Yeah.
Right. Michaelbjordan, he had sex with a whore. He was a wicked cat who only had sex with white women. If he got out of that with only a broken heart, he should thank the Most High.
Yeah.
Because there are far worse things that could have happened to him, and those worst things will happen to you.
Yeah.
You die. Whenever you're ready.
Jackharlow credits black women for being a massive part of his career.
Now look at this here. Let's see it.
Khan. Despite the claims that Jackharlow is a mediocre rapper that benefits from white privilege, which he is, sir.
Which he is. Go ahead.
Khan,
sir. So hold on. He a rapper?
We'll put his picture up there. There you go.
Khan. He's given a huge amount of credit to black women for his mainstream success.
Go ahead, break it down.
Khan, sir. Khan. And the June cover for Teen Vogue, the first-class rapper spoke on the support that black women give him and why they're a massive part of his music success. He said they'll never have to worry about not being credited by me.
Give me the numbers of Jackharlow. Pull up his numbers, Moran, who buys his music. All right, the demographic. Are you kidding me? Go ahead.
Khan, sir. He said they'll never have to worry about not being credited by me, Harlow said. in the Teen Vogue article. He continued, I mean, I look out at my shows and I see them. It's only one thing when you see the memes and you hear people talking about it, but it's another when you travel the country and you see them all over the place.
Give me the demographic of who comes to his shows. That might be the same thing. All right, so now you need me? You got to go ahead and play. Tell me what you got.
Colonel McCon, 29.6% of Jackharlow's followers are female and 70.4% are male. Average engagement rate on the post is 11.50%. It's like 11.5%. And the average number of likes per post is 683,000.
Can you separate them according to race? We know 70% of them are men, not women. Can you separate those according to race?
They give me the countries. I can't see a race.
Go ahead.
84.2% of the followers that engage with Jackharlow regularly are from the United States, followed by Russian Federation at 2.63% and Georgia at 2.63%. And in summary, top 5 countries of Jackharlow's post engagers are coming from United States, Russian Federation, Georgia, Germany, and Japan.
Jackharlow's base is men. We just read that just now, right? 78% men. Jackharlow's base is only 29% women, period. Now, if you can find me what percentage of those women are black women, let me just blow your mind and tell you what you're going to find already. Black women are not his base. Black women are not the base that are propping up Black Harlow and making him a success. Jackharlow is a success because of white men. White men is who Jackharlow sees when he looks out in a crowd and who's at his concerts. Because white men are the people at every rapper's concert because rap is purchased by white people.
Yeah.
White people are at concerts. They're at Coachella. Who in the hell is at Coachella but white people? Mm-hmm. White people are at all of these festivals. If you're a rapper, your audience is white people. Your audience is not black people of any gender. It's white people. Now, in his particular case, it's 78% white men. So what in the F is Jackharlow even talking about? Would you like me to explain? I'll give you 1 second. I'll help you out. He's lying. He is lying to black women, but he is doing something very strategic and very smart because he's a devil. He is telling black women that they're important because every other rapper wants white women. And he knows that. He knows that any other rich man or any other man in a position to be a celebrity like Michaelbjordan only wants white women. Give me when that football player said it recently. What was his name? A little short football player. Crazy one. Stripped all, got butt naked on the football field. Antonio Brown. Give me him saying that he only dates white women. Go ahead.
There's a little small demographic survey they said with Jackharlow. Out of 366 people, 87 were white women, 199 were white men, only 42 black women and 38 black men.
42. So what are we even talking about now? He's lying. It's not true. White men are his demographic. White men, people that look like him, people that think they're now cooler than black people. They now own rap. The same people that propped up Eminem to be the greatest rapper of all time, which I never understood back when I was a kid. When I have never been to a party and heard an Eminem song ever in my life. But I always heard this is the greatest rapper ever. I see he's selling all the records. I don't know who in the hell listens to Eminem at all. But once again, I'm not Eminem's demographic. It's white men. But why is Jackharlow saying this? To game up black women and to tell them the thing.
Yahweh Shema Shah Rakta.
Go ahead.
Don't forget that Eminem also said this. This is Eminem's actual rap lyric. He said, use black music so selfishly. Use it to get myself wealthy.
Oh, geez.
But listen, I seen an interview with him one time, right? When the cat said he learned how to rap from Tretch from Naughty by Nature. Like he listens to Tretch and his wordplay, his verbiage, And that's how he formulated who he is and how he's gonna rap from scratch. Like, are you kidding me?
I mean, white people have done this forever. They did it with jazz and rock and roll. Eminem. They did this with jazz and rock and roll, and this is done 1,000 times, right? But to understand why he said it, it's an insult to black men. That's the point.
Yeah.
The point is, if you're a black man, you know you never give a compliment to black or Hispanic women. You don't want anything to do with them. Part of the reason you got famous is so you didn't have to have sex with black women anymore. That was the perk. So you could trade up from women that look like your mother and your aunt and the around the way girls and the home girls, and now get a woman who is white. That is what every black or Hispanic man wants. So now Jackharlow is insulting you because him being a white man, he now will say he's the one that actually loves black women. He's the one that really cares about you. It's an insult to black men, and that's all the hell it is. And Jackharlow is terrible, and I've never even heard him.
And look, Meek Mills even said it on the song. He said, he was bragging how, he got foreign women and foreign cars. That was one of them. Come on, man. It's like a step up.
It's been around, I think, since Jack Johnson in the 1920s. I think Jack Johnson got arrested. They made a whole law to arrest him for taking white women from state to state because it's the reason for wanting fame. So that you can get a white woman. So now Jackharlow is saying he loves black women. Black women are who he sees at his concerts. Jackharlow has seen maybe 10 black women at his concert in his entire goddamn life. That's it. Come on, you die, please.
What you bringing out, if I may, sir, what you bringing out is just so heavy. You got a lot of NFL players that feel that way. Robert Griffin III. We just did Ricky Williams, about a week ago with him looking like he just got bought off an auction.
You don't have the Orlando Brown. What's his name?
Antonio Brown had a tweet that said, I remember this vividly, sir. Antonio Brown made a tweet in 2020 that said, no more white women 2020.
Yeah.
And then about he's
trying to give him up.
And then about an hour later, he on live talking about I lied, yo.
I saw him on some show that came on my feed where he was on some show saying how he only dates white women. This happened like a month ago. But I don't have to pull this history up. Everybody knows this. This is constant all the time, every goddamn day. Yes, this is who Jackharlow is insulting because he knows that black and Hispanic men publicly hate the thought of being rich and still having sex with a girl who looks like your mother, who looks like your family member. And so, of course, Jackharlow will say this idiocy, which is a lie and not true at all. All right. We good to go here? Sir, you want to?
And such a painful thing for you to believe that you got to have a white woman for you to feel like a man.
Yeah.
Like damn near you can't have money without the white woman or you feel lost. And I think you might have mentioned it a minute ago, but how disrespectful is that Edomite? He's in essence saying that the black woman is a dumbass, that he can just gas her up and tell her any stupid thing and she'll just believe it. There's probably something on his next album about it so that he can get it out there. Once again, the propaganda just works so well on us. You know what I mean? And which is why black men and Latino men got to act like they know that these women and children are ours. They belong to us. You know what I'm saying? And let me tell you, and we need some real help with them. These brothers out here, man, they're struggling. And a lot of brothers would make the right choice if they had a sister working with them. You know what I mean? Like you making bad choices on women, it hurts you so much when you need so much help right now. You need good women that'll help you and get you through the rough time. And this clown sitting up here trying to act like he's the one that loves. It's damn near division. Get me right on this. It's damn near dividing us to say they'll never have to worry about that from me. So they got to worry about that from black men. It's like they divide us. It's evil as hell, man.
It's an insult to black men. That was the point.
Yep. It was no different than Barack Obama when he stood up in that Baptist church in Chicago and disrespected the hell out of black men right after he said he'll sit down and talk with anybody, even the Iranians. But then came right back in the Baptist church and disrespect the hell out of us. Right. Damn that, man.
You got it, you there.
Idaho officers getting death threats after arresting 31 Patriot frontline white nationalists near Pride event.
This was a big story, sir, about here.
Come.
These were especially with this week with the damn Proud Boys all on TV.
Get the
The
police.
Proud They finally got them now.
You got it right. Get the po-po a hand.
They finally got it right.
Big shout out to Po-Po.
They got
Yeah,
them.
man. You never thought you'd hear that on this
I'm
show.
telling you.
Big shout out to Po-Po.
That one you better look like he is a dope fiend. I saw him on TV, brother. He looked like he decided to get high on his last free days.
Good.
On his
night.
last days of freedom, he decided to get high.
Brother, when they pulled that parking garage tape up, I said, he's done. I said, they pulled that parking garage. I know the ghost went out of his
Oh
head.
my God. He was all on the Senate looking like a dope fiend, deciding to spend every minute he has of freedom with a nose full of cocaine.
God.
So anyway, so now there's another group, sir, that some old white group just like.
Oh yeah, this is a different group. Okay.
What's the name of them?
They say the name of them?
Not the Oath Keepers. They're another one.
It's a
that's
whole
sitting
another
against-
one.
It's a whole different one.
Mm.
They went and was all armed up the same way with all of the tactical gear, everything, to go beat up the homosexuals at the Gay Pride Festival. And of Patriot Front. And of course, the police knew about it before it happened and arrested all of them in the vans on the way to the to go beat up the gay people. Let me say something to the white supremacists right now. Let me help you with your problem, right? Your problem is this. When you're planning to go do violence and to go kill people and shoot people and beat up people, the person planning it works for the FBI. I know you don't know. You think it's Jimmy, who's just the most zealous hater of the bunch. He works for the FBI. He's telling you to do it. He's giving you the hookup with all the riot gear. You wonder why Jimmy has all the riot gear. Jimmy has all of the smoke grenades and all the shotguns because Jimmy works for the FBI. Jimmy is the one telling you to go do it. And he has the hookup on the best bulletproof vest, smoke grenades, boots, them boots that go all the way up to your knee that they love.
He know all the
Shoulder
plugs,
pads.
all the
He got
connects.
the connect to all of the tactical gear because he's getting it straight from the FBI, and he's timing the arrest right when everyone is in the van to go do the violence because half of your members are in the FBI. God damn it, you're so dumb. How stupid can you damn be? This happens all the time. The people in the group are in the FBI. And you go and get all high and you drinking them damn beers. What's some beers white people love? Not the Coors Light. Is it the Coors Light? I think it's Coors Light. There's another one. Pabst Blue Ribbon. Pabst Blue Ribbon. You're full of that Pabst. You all hype. And you can't resist that tactical gear. I think that's why they damn near do it. Because that cat says, you know, I got the tactical gear. And you know, I can give all of us tactical gear. And you want it like it's Coke. And you want cocaine. And he's giving you all of it. And then he's going to just arrest you on the way to the goddamn rally. Well, that happened this week, sir. That's what happened. And it happens every damn time.
Or be right next to you on his knee.
He right next to you. This is some bull. I can't believe this.
Fuck you, cuz.
Jesus Christ.
He the agent.
He the damn agent.
And it's so dumb because, okay, those things are for real suckers. Like all you white boys that's out there that never amounted to nothing. You're 45, you're 50. You realize you didn't do nothing. Your wife left you. Kids can't stand you. And now you got nothing left to fight for. You feel like a loser. And rather than eat the gun, you go join, the Oath Keepers or something. And now you got something to fight for. Now you're going to make America great again. When you don't have no experience in them streets. That's why you get caught up every time. When you go back and look at all them Proud Boys and Oath Keepers, this is middle-class white men. These is plumbers and the electricians and cats that just had a regular life. Life fell apart at the end. Now they all of a sudden, Donald Trump then gave them a lot. They were feeling, white men in their 50s and over was feeling lost in this empire. And feeling lost because, of course, the superior man, the man that God said, that the elder shall serve the younger.
That's right.
That younger man is shining all the way over the top of you, and that's blacks and Latinos.
Right.
And he's shining over the top of you, and so now you feeling like nothing. And so now you got to find a reason. That's why white supremacy works so well. White supremacy and racism against blacks and Latinos works so well simply because you could now you don't have to have a reason to hate us. You just hate us because we black, hate us because we Latino. And with somebody in a high enough seat, you can turn around now and charge us with all kinds of things. Yo, give me the scripture where they say he had a perpetual hatred for us. Mm-hmm. Like you had, like, and the other one, I think there's another one that says that he did us harm with no cause.
Psalms 51.
Give me that as
at
well.
Peace with them. At peace with
You're
them.
right. Like now you can hate us for no reason. There's only one problem. You don't have enough time. You don't have enough time to bring America where you want it to go, because the Lord is stepping in on this place. Right. So you don't have enough time to do the evil thing that you want to do. Your time is up, and you can feel it. You can tell all over the world that their time is coming to a close, and a new time is coming. They're trying to save it, but they won't be able to save it. Them revelations are coming to pass every day, and they're going to eat this place alive. And I know you all heartbroken, all you old white supremacists and oath keepers and old beer drinking, like Muhammad said. You Pabst Blue Ribbon drinkers and got your pickup trucks and your Confederate flags. And you feeling like hoorah, and you're going in nowhere. QAnon is fake.
Oh, Jesus.
Donald Trump ran the best scam of all. They trying to lock him up. They like you brought out earlier. They trying to put him in a cage, and the rest of them too. And your time is over, man. This place is going down, and thanks be to the Lord, Christ's kingdom gets to come in.
That's right.
So give it up for the Popo one more time. Lock all, do your job, Popo. Look at that. Popo, you should get on it. You got 31 at a clip. What you running Jake down for? You got 31 on a clip. And listen, if they get them on some sedition or terrorism, man, they might make you captain. They'll make you captain of the damn precinct, man. You know what I'm saying? Because now you find out you've been so busy terrorizing us, you didn't realize the problem that they really had. Didn't realize it at all. You holding those? Hit me with them if y'all don't mind.
Come on, sir. Psalm chapter 55 and verse 20. He had put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him.
Like we couldn't be more at peace with you. We could not be more at peace with you. Like it took you killed so many black men in custody, in jail, out of jail, all kinds of ways. And it took all the way to the point where you finally got where you so comfortable that you just put your knee on a brother's neck and slowly murdered him right in front of the cameras. It finally took that point before black people actually reacted to it. You understand? And still, you mad and angry off of that little incident, little protest 1 year. Black people went back to their slaveries like nothing ever happened. And you still mad. You still coming together, because when I see those type of protests, I know that them things don't mean nothing. That they really, the real target is blacks and Latinos.
Oh, yeah.
They ain't worrying about them gays that much. That's probably was a drive, or, an early run for some evil they want to do later on. But our people are the ones they really hate. Sir. You understand? And so now you got a reason to it. Go ahead, you die. I'll get up off it, y'all.
He had broken his covenant. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter.
Broke every treaty you ever made with the Gadites and everybody else. Stole everybody's land. They down there trying to steal Puerto Rico right now. Yeah. Trying to close down that border and stop the Mexican brothers from getting back up on their land. You broke every treaty, every rule, every deal you ever made, man. Broke every last one of them. Go ahead.
Wakan, sir.
And the ones that's most peaceful with you, that's who you gobble up first. You gobble up the people that's the most at peace with you. Go ahead.
Wakan, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter.
I remember when that Zelensky, y'all jump in anytime you need to. I remember when that Zelensky went to them and said that he wanted the missiles, but they said the missiles could hit Russia. They told him they'll give him the missiles and rockets, but the rockets can't reach Russia. They said, we ain't gonna give you that. They ain't give him the missiles. You know why? Because they respect Russia. They respect. They talking all that on the news. Oh, Putin, he's crazy, and we don't know what happened to him during the COVID. yada, 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 yada. You ain't running up in him.
Yeah.
You ain't disrespecting him. You understand? You giving Zelensky them rockets and them, but you ain't disrespecting those the MiGs.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't doing nothing with the MiGs, brother, flying all up in that zone. You ain't doing that. You understand? The ones that said peace with this man, which our people are constantly begging to love this bastard. Get me right. I heard that they already came out with some love talk to the Buffalo shooter. They turned around and said how they want to make sure he understands that they forgive him.
Yeah.
They not angry at him.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Like nobody on the planet does that.
Mm-hmm.
No one on the entire planet does that except you Negroes. Listen, supposedly you got Christianity from the white man. You came here in slavery, and that's when you got this white man's Christianity, and he doesn't even do it.
Mm.
Understand? He don't even do it.
Yeah, that's true.
So those that said peace with him, that's who he destroyed. Scripture also says, get me right on this, through peace he shall destroy many.
That's right.
The ones that come into that peace with him, he gonna destroy them all, man. That's his method. That's his tactics, man. Go ahead, Salaki.
Khan, sir. But war was in his heart.
That's what's in this man's heart. War. You don't believe me? Go to any ghetto in America. What you watching is a war from an enemy that's so good at war that you don't even see him coming. He's so good at war, he got your soldiers killing you. Every brother that pick up a bag of drugs, you working for Esau. Yep. You ain't working for yourself. You working for the man that is controlling the drugs and keeping you in the street until he's ready to put you in the penitentiary for 20 or 30 years. Take you all the way out of action. Boy, what a good strategist he is. He gets you. You sell drugs. You destroy about 100 families. You kill off your rivals. You might knock off 5 or 10 dudes. Then he come back and hit you with the full cake, give you 30 years, take you out the game. He done got a whole crew off of one dude. And of course, you don't know better. You trying to eat. You trying to survive. You don't know better. You go ahead and get yourself destroyed. So you working for the enemy. And you don't know you working for the enemy. And I pray you wake up and see it. And then he got you killing each other in gangs. Every gang rivaling, ops here, that. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, both of you really just fighting over drugs, right or wrong. Fighting over drug territory. That's all you fighting over. Let the drugs shut down. Like I always say, let the drugs shut down in America tomorrow. You won't see no more Negroes swinging, carrying no guns. Ain't nobody trying to get 20 years for a bag of potato chips. You know what I mean? Loaf of bread. Mm-hmm. And here's the so sad part about it all. Get me right, y'all. That while you doing that, you missing all the energy you could be putting into taking back what's yours.
Yeah.
Like you should, like it's enough money in America where you don't have to sell drugs. The problem is you and I don't have that money. And we don't have that money because we ain't using our brain and following the Most High to not go down the route that they want you to go out. Instead, we going into employment under them. Am I wrong on that, y'all?
No, you're right, sir.
That's what we going into employment under. And that's why we got to change it around. That's why the Lord need an army. Mm-hmm. He need a real army of righteous men that have the strength and morals to not fall into the game, but to have a haven for those that want to come out the game and stop serving this beast. Some of you brothers, man, your lives, man, I see you on YouTube, you making tapes, and some of your lives, man, have been something out of a movie. The horror and the hell that you suffered 20, 30, 40, 50 years, 60 years in the penitentiary. I'm wondering how you here. Yeah, 60 years and you done did, and he done played you the whole way. You should turn around and come back from that, man. He destroys them that's at peace with him. We know what we talking about, right or wrong. We done examined all of this from every angle. And the things that we say is wrong are wrong. Things that we say are actually evil are evil. And it ain't just those things. The church is just as evil. Church is as evil as a drug dealer, if not more. But thanks be to the Lord, there's a new day coming with brothers and sisters waking up every day, get ready to change their life around. Salaki, go ahead, Doc. I'm going to let you read. Please, jump in.
It's what you always said. You always said, sir, Most High in Christ. You always said it's better to be a crackhead than a Christian. Because a crackhead know he got a problem. No, a crackhead know he got a problem and know that he got to get that problem fixed and get it right. A Christian, no, they sweaty right on every daggone thing. I mean, wrong as hell.
Yeah.
Not knowing they talking about nothing. And have no remorse for anybody or care or concern or compassion for anybody. You know what I mean? It's what you say all the time, sir.
If I can, anybody except the slave master.
Yep.
That's who they care for, and that's who they love. Listen, white Christians, General, January 6th, they marched on that Capitol. They went for war with Jesus leading the way. They had the pictures of the white Jesus in their hand. January 6th, like that's their Christianity.
Yes.
They use Jesus and that cross, and they go to war and kill to bring
Yes, they
peace.
do.
The same cross they were burning in your front lawn.
Exactly, the same cross. God.
Yeah.
But you black Christians, I don't know where. I think you just learned a slave doctrine from the oppressor, because your Christianity ain't even really how Christianity started. America was stolen through Christianity, the Crusades and all that. Go check your history. Christians were the original terrorists, you understand, and mass murderers, like the generals bring out all the time, to conquer and get everything they got. You understand? But somehow you join that religion and you got the bones and the wing of the Christian church. You know, so you got the scraps, in other words, and learned a slave doctrine that ain't even what they believe, the ones who taught you that doctrine. So,
if I could back up, General Mayat, Christianity comes from, of course, that Roman Catholicism, which worships Sol Invictus. Sol Invictus is the victorious sun. And that's why every Christian deity has that halo around its head. That religion is based in conquering other people. It's like you're the victorious sun that shines everywhere and that dominates everything, and you just do what the Romans did, which is conquer the world. And so the Roman Catholics conquered the world. The Protestants went and conquered the world. Black Christianity sings. I don't know what that is. I mean, I know Sol Invictus. Sol Invictus is that thing that Rome had, and the Catholics had it, and the Protestants had it. Christians sing. I don't know what the hell that is. But it's not Sol Invictus. It ain't, the Sea of Rome. It ain't Roman Catholicism. It ain't wars and armies and conquering. It's songs, which is not real Christianity.
Right.
Please.
If I could,
please,
I'd like to introduce you to who it is.
Kind of one kind.
It's a fella by the name of Asmodeus. If I could, I'll read this one just to save you. Tobit 3:8. Because that she had been married to 7 husbands, whom Asmodeus, I probably mispronounced Asmodeus, the evil spirit had killed. That's who runs Christianity. And listen, and if I could just add one quick thing, that is also why you can't get back into your family after the church has put that demon in your woman and ran you out of that house. Because this demon lives in that church. Because the place you come to be comforted when you down, when you in the gutter, that place is building a psychological steel wall around your woman to make sure that you never get back in. And only through the Most High do you get back in. Like we running lopsided. Half the nation is lopsided. Let me finish if I could, y'all. The evil spirit had killed before they had lain with her. Dost thou not know, said they, that thou hast strangled thine husbands? Thou hast had already 7 husbands. Neither wast thou named after any of them. Like that's your Christian woman today. She done had a ton of men, got one now, sleeping with. Even he ain't her husband. He's just there like to warm her bed.
That's it.
But she don't allow no man to come in and take authority over her, because Asmodeus, he'll come in and put her to death, put the cat to death through some action of hers to get rid of him. That's what's going on in this society today. And brother, if you could just wake up, if you could for 1 minute take a breath and say, before I run, let me just examine the field. You could look at that for 1 second. It'll be just enough time for you to see how foolish it is for a brother to go out there and die in these streets or spend the rest of his life in a penitentiary over nothing, over literally nothing. You killing other cats, you don't even know why you kill them. They just the ops. You putting them in the grave, and then they coming back putting you in the grave, And both of you have no clue why you even doing it. You caught up in Esau's game. So, you want me to finish that, or you want me to move on?
I think I'm good to go. Me myself. You dying?
12.
Yeah, we call for that first.
Let's read that right quick. Did you want to?
Come, sir. The book of Ezekiel, chapter 35 and verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred.
This man has a perpetual hatred for us. He'll never love us. They look at us as, just like the Egyptians did, they look at us as a danger in the event of serious war.
Yeah.
In a serious war, they don't have to rely on us. They want to have machines they can rely on where they know it's not going to be disloyal. Go ahead, Al.
Khan, sir. And has shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity.
In the time of our trouble, brother. Go ahead.
Khan, sir. In the time that their iniquity had an end.
Time when we was being wicked and it came to an end, meaning the Lord punished us, began to punish us. They jumped in, boy, and had a good time with us. And look at how they've had us for 400 years, right or wrong. That time is coming to an end. I can't wait to see it. Go ahead, Al. Please, let's keep going. I don't want to steal the last one.
U.S. inflation at new 40-year high as price increases spread.
40-year high. That's going into, which is the beginning of a recession, which is the beginning of a depression. And of course, gasoline is just terrible. Sin among all the nations is gasoline. I think right now the national average is $5.29. 5.20. This is how bad it is. I saw one that was $4.99 and said, "Ugh, celebrate." That happened. I said, $4.99, most high in Christ. And I thought about it. I said, oh, damn. Then I thought, what if I'm happy because it's $4.99, what if they just don't ever let it go back? Because if they just make it $4, I'll probably celebrate. Which means, why would they ever lower it? Right. Well, it's $5.29 nationally. Out on the West Coast, Lord be with you out there.
I heard
it's $9 a goddamn gallon out there.
Good night.
And of course, homelessness is rampant. Like, you can't even go to San Francisco or Los Angeles. Everybody lives outside completely. I just left Washington, D.C. out. Everybody is living outside in Washington, D.C. That gentrification that you always prophesied back then, it happened. The whole place is different. Nothing looks the same. Buildings everywhere that were not there. And it is somebody in a tent everywhere. And I remember years ago in DC thinking, well, where are they going to put all these people when the gentrification comes? In my ignorance, I thought they would go to Baltimore.
Yes.
I remember telling you, they're going to go to Baltimore.
About it. Yeah.
I never fathomed they would just live outside.
Right.
It didn't even occur to me that they would just live outside. I'm thinking they're going to go to Baltimore, go to Maryland somewhere. Nah, they still right there. They're at 8th and H.
Yep.
They live right there.
That's right.
It's a rows of tents at 8th and H, DC. Rows of tents everywhere. The people that lived in those homes are still there in DC. Yeah. They just stay outside.
That's it. I remember, and big shout out to General Kubala. Big shout out to General Kubala Ma. I went through DC that same weekend with you. And I saw Q took me over to them 10 cities out. And okay, here's what was the most frightening thing about them things. I'm saying frightening in this sense, not that I was frightened, but frightening in the sense of the care of my people and how I was frightened for them and for their lives. Here's what was the most troubling part. He's calling you.
There you go.
Yeah, that's it. So we pulled up to the light, and a brother came out in shorts, a t-shirt out of one of the tents, and he had flip-flops on. And I looked over to Quabal. I said, he got flip-flops on. Quabal looked back to me and said, yeah, he's settling in for the evening. That's his home. He said that to me. It was like something inside me broke. Something inside me said, like this cat had got comfortable living in the tent city to where, like you do in the evening, you throw on your flip-flops and He went in his tent, got comfortable, and came back out and was, out front, getting ready to prepare for the evening.
Like on the front porch.
Yes. In the tent city, that's worse. That ain't mental illness. No. That ain't none of that. That's you in this condition, and ain't nothing you could do, and you begin to accept it in that condition. And brother, meanwhile, stupid Christian preachers and stupid Christian black women sitting in church acting like, the politicians actually love us. They actually care about us. This is the richest, most powerful country in the world. They just sent $40 billion to Zelensky, whatever this so-called Jew is, to fight the Russians. And meanwhile, they got whole tent cities.
Putting all them Ukrainians in hotels, probably still in there till this day.
Giving them a pass across the border. You're right.
Yeah.
Afghanistan's coming here getting all kind of good treatment, getting housed and everything.
Yeah.
Like this empire cares about what the empire cares about. We better care about us. And once again, that's why you brothers that's out there banging and slinging, you think you on top of the world are. All you got to do is turn on the first. Man, big shout out to Captain Ty Ward. Captain Ty Ward got a song. Can we make sure we play this song if we could at the end? That song he got, I think it's called First 48, but I could be wrong. But I know he plays the first 48 on the song, which is so appropriate. Like he playing it like, and all you got to do, I watched that's one of my shows, the first 48. My rib leaves the room. She's out. I go, boop, first 48. This is my shit. Because everybody's 15, 16, 18, 19 getting life sentences over nothing. Over absolutely nothing. You ain't gonna tell me about the men and women in the I.S.U.P.K.
That's right, sir.
You understand? You ain't gonna tell me. If I could, I went to a restaurant earlier, and I was in the restaurant, man. I said, I asked the brother to wait. I was like, what nationality are you? And he said, I'm Puerto Rican. I said, okay, yeah, man. I said, I got a lot of brothers, man, that's Puerto Rican. He looked down at my shield. He said, yeah, man, we the holy tribe of Ephraim. I said, I clicked on I popped open my Facebook like, yeah, you are. You know what I'm saying? I started showing I said, yeah, the brothers is at work. Oh yeah, that is the greatest gift that Christ could have ever given us, man, to give us back our identity. Damn, it is the road to us becoming free from this disgusting evil place. That's right. You understand? Please.
If I may, so I got Captain I.S.U.P.K on the line.
Oh, yes, he did say he was going to try to call. Can we get him on, y'all? Big shout out to I.S.U.P.K and Cyber Ephraim. Did a big event out there in Chicago. Please, let's get him. Can you get him in?
Yes, I have.
Shalom, sir. Yahweh Captain Us. Shalom, sir. Yahweh.
What's going on, mighty man?
Hey, nothing much, sir, man. I just want to first off applaud you and the generals for raising a brother like me from the streets of the Bronx and Puerto Rico to come up here and become mighty under y'all. I appreciate that very much. Secondly, I want to also big up to Captain I.S.U.P.K for allowing me to go down there and rock that event out with them. But also to announce this coming July 22nd, from the 21st to the 24th, the fire weekend, the Black and Brown event, the cookout. The lecture will be on the 22nd. The subject matter is about before Columbus. Me, Captain Katazan, and Officer Kazak Yad, we're gonna be doing the lecture to bringing out what we was doing before Columbus came, leading up to when Columbus came, and then after. Of course, we know the history, but because of a lot of our people don't know what the hell we was doing, except what was been the only thing we know about is what's been dictated to us. And after that, the 24th, of course, is the cookout, and just wanted to announce that too. All Black and Brown people come together on that weekend to show what the UPK has built up in brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? And that's the main focus right there. Besides the lecture, and I just wanted to put it out there. If I may, can I do it in Spanish, sir?
But yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead now.
Yeah.
After. Go ahead.
Okay, so si a ustedes que están escuchando del 1 al 24 de julio. Tenemos un evento, una lectura el 22 de julio. La tema es antes que llegó Colón, enseñando a nuestra familia lo que ocurrió antes, los días que llegó Colón y los españoles, porque muchos de nosotros no sabemos la historia, excepto lo que dictan a nosotros. Muchos de nuestros jóvenes no conocen lo que sucedió, y eso se va a divulgar ese día, que es el día 22 de julio. Aparte de eso, el día 24 vamos a tener un evento donde los morenos y los latinos unidos bajo fraternidad estamos ahí uno con otro, disfrutando música, disfrutando comida y bebida, todo bajo una fraternidad que no existe en ningún otro lado. And that's what I wanted to say to sir, for letting me giving me the opportunity to announce this, sir.
Damn right. And if I could add something too,
Yes,
something,
sir.
General Muhammad and Captain Zayawade, both of them will be out there that weekend as well, throwing it down, putting
Yes,
it
sir.
in, saying on Thursday night. Also, too, just to add to what you were saying, what everybody doesn't know is that Captain I.S.U.P.K was down in Chicago for the Puerto Rican Day Parade. And when he went out there with all the brothers and set up, the people, the Ephraimites were like curious to what all these black dudes are standing here with these Puerto Rican brothers. And then they was reading the t-shirts and the flyers, and it was confusion, because it was like some people loved it, but some people, it was like they didn't understand. What's this? It's supposed to be Puerto Rico. But then when they started breaking it down to them, then they started warming up. We'll show you how well this beast have divided us from our tribes. And that's why it was so powerful. Again, big shout out to Captain Mawakwa, the Midwest monster of mayhem, holding it down out there. Like they went in there, like once again, we fighting on other levels that everybody don't know. If you're a wise-minded brother, you should be clicking in with us on the understanding of these scriptures, because what I.S.U.P.K and them did out there, we both living in the same city. Chicago full of Puerto Ricans, Chicago full of black people, and yet we divided in the same city, and everybody's trying to eat at the table of Esau. But we divided. We can't even talk hardly to one another. Well, I.S.U.P.K took the brothers out there, put on the Unity t-shirt. You can check him out on Facebook at I.S.U.P.K on Facebook, or you can go to Captain Mawakwad's website as well, Ryan Mawakwad Sims, and you can see the photos. They came together and actually fought a demonic spirit that's been trying to divide the tribes for thousands of years. They broke that joint, man. And once again, they having the lecture for that weekend, the third weekend in July. They having that lecture, and for the first time, I think this might be the first time, 3 Latino brothers are handling the speaking. 2 Ephraimites, 1 Issacharite are holding down the whole lecture. So it's the tribes. We trying to break that demon. We got a common problem, and that's what we've been cut off by the slave master. So us fighting each other, when you really get down to it, it's ridiculous, because we fighting over the scraps of the master's table. That's why the Edomite said that to Christ. Do not the dogs eat from the master's table? We acting like the dogs eating from the master's table when we should not be battling like dogs do. You throw some food down with a bunch of hungry dogs, what do? They're going to fight over them scraps of food because they so hungry. But if them dogs had intelligence, they would be like, yo, don't worry about that scrap of food. Let's come together. We're going to go in the house and get all the food he got in the cabinet, because that food belonged to us any damn way. You understand? Not encouraging nobody to go out and commit no crime. I'm saying with wisdom. So this is unprecedented that Captain Mawakwa did, and unprecedented what you did, I.S.U.P.K. And you know I got to plug myself. I'm going on the magnificent goddamn mile when I get out there, brother. I cannot wait. I'm going. Y'all, I might not make it back. Y'all might have to bail me out. I'm gonna act a fool in Chicago over the evil that has gone on in that city for so long, because I understand and know the evil that has them brothers caught up and dying every day. I see the plan, I see the whole program, and I'm appalled at it, man. And you understand? And that's why I want your sons. Now I want your sons. I want your sons in here with me and me training them like soldiers and men of God so we can fix what's going on in the Black and Latino community, man. Like God gave us life, gave us the constellations, the sun, the moon, the stars, gave us a spirit, all of that, and we living like slaves. We living like low animals. We living like something in the jungle. We killing and eat, like real little rat. We living like rats. We don't allow this man to reduce us to the level of rats. And the way he did it was by getting us to take away our humanity. And so now we turn on him, turn on each other with that humanity when we can bring that humanity back. And brother, it will stop. All of this is fixable. We got the book of Exodus. It's fixable. It's all fixable, man. But we just got to see through the fog. And that's why, man, the I.S.U.P.K, what y'all did, Osh, what y'all did out there today at the Puerto Rican Day. Osh, you still with us? He hung up?
I'm here, sir.
Most on Christ. Osh, you did out there today with the Puerto Rican Day parade. Could you imagine the actual tribe of Ephraim is filled in? I'm going to say this, I'm going to get off. The actual tribe of Ephraim is filled in Chicago, and they ain't talking at all to the brothers. So much so, they have the Puerto Rican Day parade, and the brothers show up, and they acting like, what the hell are you Negroes doing here? What's going on? Until Osh, and Osh had to be like an ambassador. Like, if Osh wasn't there, it could have been a problem, because it's like, y'all violating or something. But Osh had to break it down like, oh, I'm Puerto Rican, I'm Puerto Rican, nigga. I'm okay in this. Here's why. He had to break, right or wrong, Osh, you had to break it down. What's going on, man? Like, that's a man of God. That's how you fix it. Damn it. Salakia, man.
I want the video.
If I could say two things, and what you're saying is so powerful, sir. In two things, right? The one brother that I was talking to, right? We was talking about just us, Ephraim, right? And I was like, man, it's so messed up how this society has got us that you take Puerto Ricans from Chicago don't really get along with Puerto Ricans from New York. And it should never be that way. And he said, "You're damn right, it shouldn't be that way, because we wanted the same people." He's like, it's ridiculous that it got to be that way. And I said, "Well, you know what? This event right here is to change that narrative. You know, under the command Gen.YAHANNA, that's the whole point of us being here, to change that narrative." And on another occasion, I was walking to the bathroom with a brother, and then one Ephraimite stopped me because he's promoting his salsa online salsa radio station. And he gives me one of those tickets, his stickers that's promoting his thing. And then he looks at the brother. He said, "You black, right?" And then the brother said, "Yeah." I said, "Man, the hell with all that. People don't know that Puerto Ricans and black people, we wanted the same people. I don't understand this stupidity." He said, "It's just ridiculous." I'm like, damn right, you know, about time, you know what I'm saying? But I just wanted to say that part because it's there, you know what I'm saying? We just need something like this to happen all over, you know what I'm saying? Not just Chicago, but we need another one of these in New York, and load it out, it could happen. That's all I want to say, sir.
And if I could just jump on top of what you're saying, here's the part that rips my gut out. The part that rips my gut out is the brothers, the Ephraimites in New York can't get along with the Ephraimites in Chicago. But guess what's happening on the very island that both of them come from? The white man is buying up all the islands and beaches and running them off the very land they both came from, while they scramble to feed. They went to Chicago and New York to try and feed their families. Yeah. Now they up there starving, and here they are again, still at each other's throat, while this bastard is down there treating the rest of their people like garbage and ready to throw them off the damn island and ban them from their own beaches. They did that among the Benjamites. Some of them Caribbean islands, they can't even hardly go. They might have one beach in the whole Caribbean island that the public can go to. And all the other beaches, Edomites them bought them up and made them all private, man. You understand? And they trying to do the same thing down there in Puerto Rico, man. Listen,
And so it is heart-wrenching because now we hating each other up here, big dumbasses. You understand? We hating each other up here like two big idiots while this bastard is eating up everything we got left. You understand? And then you wonder why you got to sell that package. You got to sell Salaki. You got to sell that package because you ain't got nothing you built on, because they stole it all, because they knew how to get it from you, because they saw you divided yourself against you. Let me tell you something, man. With all love and all respect, you selling dope out there, you a sucker for the CIA. I'm gonna tell you straight up and down. You don't believe me? Go ask Freeway Ricky Ross. You understand? It ain't personal. Don't take it all in the heart. Don't get all in your emotions with it. It's your brother talking to you, man. Out of love for once to give you something that you need, something that you missed along the road, man. You slinging and banging, and they got a cell waiting for you. Let me tell you something, man. I ain't gonna say his name, but I just watched a cat that I knew, that I grew up with, that just spent 39 years in prison. He grew up in my neighborhood, and I ain't seen this cat for 39 years. All of a sudden, I'm sitting there, my back to the TV, and I got the TV on with YouTube on, but I'm working, and I hear this voice, and I turn around to the side, and I turn all the way around, and I looked at him. I had to call my people, like, yo, go turn this on. Is this who I think it is? And they came back like, yeah, that's that. And I look, and now I had to zoom in. I had to bring the screen up, like, holy, you know what I'm saying? This cat, 39 years ago, 40 years damn near ago, this cat went to the penitentiary in some kind of drug war. And here it is 39 years later, he on YouTube telling his story about all that he went through in prison for 39 years. They robbed him, man, of everything in his life, his kids, his family, everything for 40 years. And they gonna rob you too with your dumb, smart ass, with your knowing everything, stupid ass, which you know better than somebody else, dumb ass. Excuse my friend, Salagi, y'all. You understand? And only a brother that care about you will tell you the straight up truth, that they hunting you, and they so good you don't got to even see them. You don't even see them, and they hunting you, man. You understand? When you don't own anything. And the other heathens, they just picking the bones. The East Indians, the Arabs, the so-called Jew, the Africans. Oh, we'll take the bones, master. Yeah, go kill them. We'll take the bones. And they taking the bones. What's the bones? Your mama need now a son to move her groceries. They got to pay him. Your mama need, a supermarket in her neighborhood. They got to pay him. Your mama's utilities, she got to pay them. Your mama need a place to stay. She got to pay them. You know why? Because you in a cage. You know why? Because they played you first. And now your mama and your daughter and your sisters and your brother, they all got to suffer, man. They all got to suffer while they done already destroyed you and had you destroy other cats, man. Wake up. Use your goddamn brain, man. Because once they put you in that cage, ain't no bringing you back. Brown and black and brown. I'm saying for that period of time. Brown and black got to come together. So once again, I can't say it enough. You crushing a demonic spirit out that done lived unchallenged. The spirit that kept us divided, black and brown hating each other, that shit ain't never been divided. It had never been challenged. Had one little challenge in the 60s when black and brown was trying to come together. They locked all the Puerto Ricans up, gave them all 100 years. They had to get a pardon from Clinton to get them the hell out. That's how long they had been in there. You understand? And Clinton was what, the 80s, the 90s, late 80s, early 90s. So they had done 30, 40 years, and they had to get him to get the pardon to get them brothers out because they had come together. But of course, they didn't know what we know now. So they made a few unstrategic moves and put some people in harm's way. But now we know a lot better. And so by you challenging in this is spiritual, man, on another level. No, none of them want this. They don't want this. They fear this. Like the scripture said, they stood upon their feet. You understand? Christ is the greatest strategist that ever walked the face of the earth. You understand?
Right, Joe.
He said he's going to bring them two sticks together and make them one, and they're going to be a force to reckon with. I'm getting up off it. Salah. Damn right.
Okay. Yeah. So anyway, that was it, sir. I appreciate it.
Appreciate you, Cap. Ashapari out of DC, man. Check him out. Also, too, so y'all know, last point, we got a lot of Latino brothers and sisters that watch this channel. We got a lot of them that watch this channel coming out of Mexico, Central America, South America. This show is translated into Spanish. And they watching it down there, brother, in all the tribes. Sure. They ain't just up here. All the tribes watching this show. When you go check out our stats, you see that a lot of tribes is watching this show. And they're going to wake up. We need every tribe. Every tribe is needed in this game for us to get right. And it is a game. And the game is about who's going to rule the kingdom of heaven. That's right, and it will be Christ and his 12, nobody else. Listen, man, I'm going to tell you straight up, pay your tithe. Support this truth. Y'all done broke my heart. I had to cut back on, I spends on this nation. Muhammad come at me every week. He think I'm just a spendaholic. I'm telling you, I love this nation. I do everything. You understand? I'll empty the treasuries if I could, but they won't let me do them all. So they won't give me the key. So, but what I can do, I do. So you spend some money. Pay your tithes, man, and support this truth. Go to ISUPK.com, hit us with a donation, and support this truth. Pay 10% of your earnings, man. And go look for us. Any announcements? Anybody I need to bring out?
Canada.
Oh, big shout out to Canada. Coming up when?
Next Friday.
Next Friday.
Not this Friday.
2 weeks from now. Canada. I'm trying to go up there with General Muhammad. I don't know.
He's all right.
Yeah, we're going to make it happen. General Muhammad will definitely be there. I'm trying to come with him. All right. Up to Canada, man. Trying to get up out of here, man. Hit the Canada camp. Toronto, Canada, man. Be 2 weeks. Muhammad will be throwing it down, doing this Thursday night thing, crushing all lies like he always do.
Camp too.
And camp too. Oh, my goodness. Ooh, I need some of that. You understand? So that'll be going on in 2 weeks. Again, Fire Weekend, July 24th through the 26th, something like that. 21st to the 24th in Chicago. Captain Mao Quad, Midwest Monster of Mayhem, holding it down. Also, big shout out to DeBar Moth, just touched down in Milwaukee, about to get that camp up and running. Who else broke camp this week? There was a few camp breaks this week, wasn't it? San Diego. Big shout out to San Diego. Is that Kwame?
San Diego.
Who's holding down San Diego? Godal Hawk. Big shout out to Godal Hawk. Badass cat out. Yeah. Godal Hawk, brother. When we went out there and got with Godal Hawk on that West Coast, brother, it was starving for Israel. Like we got out in that West Coast, it was like a desert out there. Does Israel live? Godal Hawk came out the thicket like I'm here, hell, you know what I mean? And put his thing down and ain't never lifted up off that thing, man. And since then, Kwame All broke out. Now San Diego. Kwame All them is up there in Northern California. Where they at specifically? That's Oakland. Oakland, California. They breaking out, man. Listen, hold ground, man. This is spiritual. The whole nation of Israel is coming our way. And we're going to be there to receive them and show them and give them the guidance they want. The Lord is going to make it happen, not us. But the Most High is going to make it happen. Also, too, big shout out to Jackharlow and my man, my son, my baby. I.S.U.P.K. Big shout out to them out there, man, holding it down out there in Oklahoma City. Big shout out to him. Who else? Somebody else broke ground today, this week. Nobody else? I can't recall. Let's leave it alone. So with that, well, big shout out to the heavy hitters in the building. General Muhammad. Give it up. General Mayat. Give it up. General Hazayan. Give it up. Big shout out to Marah, consistent as hell, man, with his team. Yediah, Ibad, got Yahweh up in the building, man. Hey, join us 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday, 9 p.m. live. Big shout out to Mashak Mayan too, man. Holding down Saturday night. I'm going to get y'all out of here. Big shout out to Mashak Mayan, holding it down as well, man. 3 times a week. Israelite School UPK. Y'all know what it is, man. I'll see y'all next time live on the UPK, y'all. Shalom.
Cover the
I'm Captain LeBron, Israelite student in the camp, Commander GEN.YAHANNA, fighting all black and Indian out to the 5th annual Fire Weekend.
Shalom, Israel. Come to the fire weekend, man, in Chicago. Midwest Fire Weekend. You know how we get down. July 21st to the 24th. We're going to be in Chicago.
Step back from the flames. You got a lot more to lose, man. It's under the Midwest Rocks in the set. Captain for $13,000.
July 21st, we got 12 children of Ukraine with the scripture breakdown class, followed by Captain Zayawade and Captain Katazov across the line ring.
You know what I'm saying? We got the Banshee Festival coming back. We got the election coming. We're going to kick off the election with Captain I.S.U.P.K, Captain Katazov, and Zayawade. It's going to be called For Columbus Camp.
On the 24th of July, we're going to be doing the Black and Brown Unity Cookout. Shalom, Israel, to all my blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. From July 21st through the 24th, we're going to be holding the Midwest Fire Weekend. On July 21st, we hold a scripture breakdown with none other than 12 Shield General Muhammad from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., followed by Cross the Line Radio. On July 22nd, we're going to be having camp on the Magnificent Mile from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. And guess what? Commanding General Yahanna will be speaking at 3 p.m. We're going to be located at 401 North Michigan Avenue, Chicago, Illinois. After that, we're going to have the Before Columbus Came lecture from 6 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. located on 9909 Roosevelt Road, Suite 100. On July 23rd, you can catch us at the Bantu Festival from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. We're going to be located at 1130 Midway Playtime Park, Chicago, Illinois. And then last but not least, we're going to be having the Black and Brown Unity Cookout from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. located at Douglas Park, 1200 West 12th Place. For more information, call 708-299-5821. Again, 708-299-5821. Also, if you would like to help out and support this troop and brotherhood, go to the Midwest Fire Weekend Black and Brown GoFundMe account and make a generous donation.
For homicide detectives, the clock starts ticking. The moment they are called, their chance of solving a murder is cut in half if they don't get a lead within the first 48 hours.
I do anything to keep my brother safe. I'm putting food on my daughter's plate. You fucking losers, y'all just can't relate. You harm them, you will find me on the first 48. You will find me on the first 48. Find me on the first 48. I do anything to keep my daughter safe. You harm them, you will find me on the first 48. Sitting in that room, hear the interrogator's voice. They asking why I do it. I tell them I had no choice. Couldn't take a threat or a risk to my family, so throw the book at me. I take them charges happily. Ain't no need for no polygraph, so forensics. I put that fucker in a body bag, I'll admit it. Fuck a sentence or the jury that will convict me. They don't understand, it's my family, they represent me. So for them, I risk my freedom, roll the dice. I ain't got much more for you crackers. Go ahead and give me life. You don't know what it's like for the people that you love. They ain't there to get salutes. They ain't there to give you hugs. The same that done pull me from the dirt and from the mud is gone because of who? Y'all rather shed your blood. My brother's kids like my other kids. If you touch them, fuck around, get another bid. Plus 10. Put me in the Supermax. I get super jacked, working out every day. Canteen super stack, cool with that. Long as it mean my daughter's safe. My brother's winning, that's a chance I take. Feel my fate. I do anything to keep my brother safe. Brother safe. I'm putting food on my daughter's plate. Daughter's plate. You fucking losers, y'all just can't relate. You harm them, you will find me on the first 48. I got wives that done gave they all to stand beside me. Kids that can't see me fall, look at me proudly. Respected by men with honor up on their names. You harm one of them, I promise that you'll see pain. I'm one West train, made an oath to uphold it. Stood with my back against the wall, never folded. Grew up in the city where the love ain't brotherly. I ain't had too many friends, I ain't need the company. I'm my father's son, so I'm cool, just don't fuck with me. I say that you my homie, you're my brother, then you stuck with me. Never turn my back on mine, it's to the dirt. You cross them across that line, I end you first. But only make it worse, cause loyalty hard to find. Never think cause you out of sight, you out of mind. And I don't mind dying now, cause reincarnation got me coming back. Same scars in my heart aching. Be parlaying with killers from all places. Every last one of them for me a broad day shit. So what you think, I won't do it for them? Once they let me out the cell, shit, I do it again. It's for the family. I do anything to keep my brother safe. Brother safe. I'm putting food on my daughter's plate. Daughter's plate. You fucking losers, y'all just can't relate. You harm them, you will find me on the first 48. 48. Find me on the first 48. 48. Find me on the first 48. I do anything to keep my people safe. You harm them, you will find me on the first 48.